Oh, thank you.
Boom! Okay, so today we're going to be talking about chasing dopamine with returning special guests all the way from Sweden. It's Anton once again. Hey, Anton.
Hello.
Hi, how's Sweden going?
Sweden's going nice.
Hmm.
We've gotten some early summer coming with a lot of heat. We got some rain, some light rain this week, which was nice. It was
Yes.
refreshing.
Yes. Okay. So, see, I live in Texas in the US, and it's always summer. It's just
Yeah.
summer, less hot summer, and then summer. And then the less hot summer doesn't even last that long. It doesn't even last that long. So yeah, we're already hitting 90 degrees. We've been hitting 89, 90 degrees. Like today, I think today, let me see what today's temperature is. The other day was 92. Yeah, today is 90 degrees, and then tomorrow will be 91. It's all going to be in the high 80s, low 90s.
Yeah.
Um, and then I promise you, like within 2 weeks, I bet we're gonna be hitting the triple digits because it's what we do. It's what we do. I love it though. I love the
Yeah.
heat. I
Yeah.
love the
But
heat.
you guys use Fahrenheit, right?
Yes, aren't we like the only ones in the world that use Fahrenheit? We up there just trying to be different. It's just like, I want to use I want to learn Celsius as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if like it's such a big difference like with Celsius and Fahrenheit, except like guess Fahrenheit moves in bigger numbers, but I think that's really just what a like what you're used to thing. It just when you
Yeah.
say like 89, 90 degrees, to me that's like we're burning, literally like burning.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, because sometimes when I look at like Celsius temperatures, they're like really low. Like when I'm watching like a documentary and they're like, oh, and it gets really hot here. It's like, I think the guy was like 27 degrees Celsius. I don't know, something like that. And I was like,
Yeah,
I instantly thought about Fahrenheit and I was like, 27 Fahrenheit, that's cold. But yeah, Celsius. But it is my goal this summer, even though it's already summer here in Texas, but it's my goal this summer to um, what you call that. And technically, it's not summer right now in
yeah,
Texas. I just say it's summer because it's so hot always.
yeah,
So, but this summer I plan on learning, Celsius and
yeah,
stuff like that. Because I mean, I just think that's really cool.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's cool being able to like learn different types of measurement and other languages and stuff.
Yeah, love to hear it. Okay. Also, before we start, I do have a
Yeah.
question. So, does Fight the New Drug? Do they still have an Instagram?
Fighting the Drug still has an Instagram.
Okay, they blocked me. I don't know why.
Hmm, that's weird.
Because I've been in contact with them for season one to do the podcast.
Yeah,
And they said I would have to get more episodes first so they see what it's about.
right,
And
right.
yeah, at the end of season two, I contacted them again and I let them know, like the progress of my podcast, how it's
Yeah,
like top 14% in the world. You
yeah,
know, Sorry. Oh my god, I did not mean to burp. I'm drinking sparkling water because I'm just
yeah,
feeling bougie today. So, um, and it makes me burp.
yeah.
Sorry.
No
I'm
worries. That's
sorry.
fine.
Okay, good. Yeah. So, I after that, they blocked me. What? I'm like, why don't nobody want to see me win? That is like the second or third. I think it's like the second like big platform
Yeah,
that blocked me, like big influencers, and I'm just like, why does no one want to see me win? I want to see them win. The only reason why I wanted them on my podcast is to help get their to get
yes,
their page and their content out there.
yeah.
But
To help spread the word.
exactly, see, I just want to see people win, but a lot of people don't want to see me win, even like with this podcasting stuff. Like, this is the thing, like a lot of the success of the podcast, it is because of, I truly think it's because of God, and it's because of the special guests. It's like, other than that, I don't have like no mentor or no guidance. Like, I'm doing everything like on my own. And that's just how it's always been in my life. I just always have been doing things on my own, even when it's like I needed someone to look up to, but I never had that.
Yeah,
It's like I'm my own leader.
yeah,
It's just like all I had was God. So it's just, and I don't mean that in like a cliche way. I mean like literally because like I was like so on my own in life, like from a child. I never got to be a child, so it's just, but anyways, long story short is like, like it would be nice for someone who has like a huge platform to help another person win, because once
yeah,
upon a time Fight the New Drug didn't have a huge platform. Everyone starts off small, and I'm not saying Fight the New Drug does this, but I do know like a lot of people, they forget where they came from,
yeah,
and they don't want to help like see another person win who used to be where they were at some point you know
yeah, yeah,
but regardless, whatever, I still tell people about Fight the New Drug because I really believe in what they do. Props to me for being the bigger person. Literally, props to me for being the bigger person here and the more mature person. But because, like, I really, and like right now, like, folks, I really think y'all should check out Fight the New Drug Instagram page. If you're struggling with, like, at least for me, like, I got a lot from it when I wasn't blocked. Um, for like porn addiction, and they are so helpful. It is just amazing. Their
yeah.
content, it's really informative, it's really educational, and it
Oh
really
yeah, yeah,
helps you see that you're not alone.
yeah. Both like the Instagram page or the websites.
Yeah.
Like they have a lot of resources for anybody. Like if you want to help to talk about people about your porn addiction,
Yeah.
like talk to your spouse or a partner, like, hey, I have this problem.
Right.
And if you're not sure on how to like bridge, like take that step, they have help for that. And they have tons of articles about interesting like interviews and data about porn and how it affects people and
Yeah.
all that kind of jazz.
And that's the thing. I want to put their information in my episode, in the episode description of this episode, so that people can go check it out.
Yeah.
However, I don't, I don't know why Fight the New Drug blocked me. I don't know what it was. I mean, I've had literally two interactions with them, and it was about the
Yeah.
podcast. So I don't want to get in trouble for posting there because I don't know what their
Yeah.
reasoning behind it was.
Yeah. Could be they just mistook you for like a spam bot or something.
Oh, that okay. Oh,
Could be
gotcha,
because
gotcha.
I have like I've been contacted a bit about like anti-porn or like porn recovery pages that are not fighting your drug. And there's very much like, hey, I have this program. Would you like to try this only for this much, like, only for this many dollars? And like,
Hmm.
I've had a couple of interactions with people like, hey, you should come check out my page, try out my program. So it
Yeah.
could be that maybe they have accidentally started.
That could be it. However, like they know my Instagram page.
Yeah,
They also know that they were able to check out the podcast.
yeah,
If they, I don't know if they actually checked out the podcast, but I proved to be, at least on my end, I proved to be pretty legit. However, that is a good perspective that you just pointed out, because maybe that would have been, honestly, I hope that that is the case because that makes me feel better. Because I was like, do they like hate me? Like I started getting like, I don't know, started getting really down about it at first,
yeah,
but I'm doing a lot. I'm doing that. I'm doing phenomenal now. But it's like
yeah,
when they first blocked me, like I was so hurt. I was so hurt because I really believe in their page, and I
yeah,
really believe in them. And it's just like I've told many people about them. Like, try this out. Go follow this page. Check them out. Like, you won't regret it.
yeah.
I don't know. You know. I don't know. Anyways, so chasing dopamine. Anton, when I was asking you about, what would we talk about on the episode, and you instantly said chasing dopamine. What gravitated you to that topic?
Uh, well, I think it's kind of like a little bit of a continuation of what I did. I was talking about last time about like porn
You
addiction
mean last
because
episode? Like we
yeah,
let them
yeah,
know? Gotcha.
yeah. For the last episode, when I was talking a bit about porn addiction, um, and talked a bit about my own struggle with that
Right.
because if you boil it down, it really just comes down to you chasing dopamine. And it was not only porn addiction. I have the same problem with video games that I feel understimulated or bored, and I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like I gotta get something. I gotta get stimulated. I gotta get that kick,
Yeah.
and it becomes more of a problem. And I feel especially today when porn, video games, like everything like Instagram, YouTube, everything is like designed to give people that dopamine stimulus
Yeah.
to
Dopamine
trigger
is
that.
dollars.
Oh yeah,
Dopamine
it
is
is.
dollars.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like everything is designed to just like trigger like an addictive like or like like a impulsive like reaction.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just fixing my septum.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
But yeah.
Uh, yeah, because like everything, like design, like everything from commercials, video
Mm-hmm.
games. I mean, a huge problem with just video games is like they have sneakily like introduced like gambling mechanics into video games with stuff like loot boxes to get like young people to start spending money. Like
Yeah.
I'll spend this amount of money, and you get these cool effects, which
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
explode and everything, and it's cool, and you get these cool skins for whatever, and it gets its hooks into people. It's like it's a real sneaky tactic.
Exactly. And it really like a lot of like you were saying, like really like a lot of these advertisements. I would argue most like advertisements and just things that we see, it's it's like the root of it is here, buy dopamine. Buy dopamine. It just manifests in different ways and it looks like different things. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Some is that physical drug, dope. And then others can dope can also be like the commercials that we see, the video games that
yeah,
we play. And it's like not to like bash, us who are like, the consumers of it. It's just like the higher ups that are like putting this out, like they know what they're doing. Like
oh yeah,
they spend like billions of dollars, that like that documentary Social Dilemma. They spend billions of dollars on trying to of how to get, people addicted. And they were saying how the reason why, like when you go on your Snapchat or your Instagram or your Facebook, when you click on it, it takes a certain amount of milliseconds for the notifications to pop up,
yeah,
and that triggers something in our brain to make us like get addicted. It's just
yeah,
so crazy and so weird how the brain can be manipulated.
yeah. It's really interesting. Like
Very.
I think I heard somewhere that Instagram is like really good at this, like particular
Hmm.
Instagram, because we are such uh, visual creatures.
Yeah.
And since it's just like if you go into the discovery page or anything, you just scroll through it, just pictures, 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 and the brain really activates on that. It's like, oh, I
Yeah.
see a lot of things, bright colors, interesting things.
Right.
And when you also have like an algorithm who tailors the contents for you, it triggers even more.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because and it's like, too much of it is when it becomes bad. And
Yeah,
that's what we're getting at here. Like too much of it becomes bad. And that's based off of the limited research that I've done. I would ask people to go do their own research. But based off the documentary Social Dilemma and just my own research that I have done, it seems like they want it to be too much. Because the more it's too much, the more we're gonna, be drawn into it.
yeah,
It's just like they want it to be too much, too bad for us. Because that's more money for them. That's more time spent on their platform for them. They don't care,
no,
that it's affecting us. They just they care that their wallet is being affected.
yeah, yeah, I definitely think that like they, like you say, they know. that they're like, this is like a bit too much. This is a bit excessive, like the amount of like information and pictures and everything. But like you said, they know this. They want you to like get used to this amount of flow. They want you to have a certain amount of stimuli so that when you don't get that amount of stimuli, you feel that lack of it.
Yeah, so you
And
want to
that's
go
when you
back
start,
to it. So
yeah,
this
exactly. And
vicious
that's when you start
cycle.
chasing that, when you start chasing that dopamine.
Don't you just love it when they say the title of a television show or a movie in the actual movie or television show? Like you just
Yeah,
said, the chasing the dopamine. I just love it. Like when Family Guy said the word Family Guy in the show. I just love it when that happens. And I'm just like, oh, look at it. He said the title.
I did
That's
a
okay.
thing.
You said the title. Yes. So, oh, folks, if you have not watched, have you seen The Social Dilemma, Anton?
I have not seen the social dilemma. This is the first time.
Anton, you gotta go see it on Netflix. You listen, you would love to watch that. Like, talk
Yeah,
about chasing dopamine. Like, we see like all the nitty gritty. Honestly, I'm surprised that that documentary made it on Netflix and the fact that it's still on there because I'm like wow, because I would think they didn't want people to really know, but that's the thing. Even if we do know, let's be honest, like we're still gonna continue. So it's just like
yeah, yeah. Even if you know how many are really gonna care or do anything about it.
exactly, because it's just like
Yeah,
I am well aware enough,
yeah,
well aware enough to see the manipulation on the algorithms on Instagram, to see that once I click off Instagram, I go right back on it, to see
yeah,
that once I get on Instagram, it's like the delay of notifications popping up, even though it's just a super duper duper small delay. It is a delay. I
yeah,
know that tactic,
yeah,
and it's just like that does not stop me. I'm just like going in it aware, and it doesn't stop
yeah,
me. I'm not going in ignorantly. I'm going in stupidly because it's like I know, but I'm still doing. Ignorant is when like you're doing but you don't know.
yeah,
um Stupid is not like a negative connotation word. That word was originally neutral, but like as society evolves, we turn a lot of words into negative connotations.
yeah,
um yeah, I'm being stupid. I'm being stupid because I know damn well what I'm doing and I know damn well what it's doing. Anton, I actually wanted to like delete my Instagram once again.
yeah,
But this time because like I know the tactics, I know what they're doing.
yeah,
But because I have a podcast and this is the only way to, promote my podcast,
yeah,
it's like, and the only way to like engage with an audience some way, shape, or form, I keep Instagram. And,
yeah,
that's also, it's just that principle of if I don't have, then I won't get. Or I won't have if I don't have. And that's what they want, any way, shape, or form. Like, if you don't have this dopamine, or if you don't have this platform, you will not be a part, or you'll be, set apart, or you will be without, or you won't be able to contact your friends and stuff like that. Even though, like, us contacting them is just liking their photos, it's just like,
yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah, they go a little bit to play on that, like on that FOMO, that fear of missing out,
yeah, there you
like a little
go.
bit like, how am I gonna know what my friends are doing? How am I gonna know what this thing,
Wait,
person X, is doing?
wait, that's what FOMO means, fear of missing out?
Yeah,
Wow, I am 25 years old and I just found that out 2 seconds ago. Thank you so much, Anton. I never knew what that was. When people said that, I just nodded my head. I didn't know what they were talking about. It's like FOMO, that sounds cool.
yeah,
Sounds
that's
like
a cool
BOGO,
word.
buy one, get one.
Yeah,
But yeah, FOMO. Oh my gosh, that's the thing. FOMO.
yeah,
Yes, that is me. That is why I'm still on Instagram. And, like, my time of Instagram, like, it is definitely, you know, um, been a more healthier. I wouldn't necessarily say it's healthy, but it's been healthier
yeah,
than it was before.
yeah. Yeah, I think like one thing that is important, like to try and keep track of when you're using social media or just sitting in front of the screen in general,
Yeah.
I would say like But especially when it comes to like Instagram and such, it's like when you're gonna use it, try to use it when you're aware, like you said, like I'm aware I'm going in,
Hmm.
I'm using Instagram,
Right.
so that
There's a
you
healthy
don't,
amount.
yeah, yeah, like there's a
Yeah.
healthy amount, and don't do it like kind of like subconsciously, because that's something I notice myself doing from time to time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm just
Same.
gonna bring up my phone and like, oh, why did I even start Instagram? I
Right.
don't even know. I just checked it like 2 seconds ago. There is
Right.
nothing.
Yeah, and I'm just, and a lot of the times, like when I'm like sitting out in public and my social anxiety's kicking in, or even when it's not kicking in, I'll just go on Instagram and be scrolling, knowing damn well I don't even care about half the things that I'm more than half of the things that I'm saying
Yeah,
I don't care about. But I'm just scrolling because it's like it's doing something. And
yeah,
this is the thing that when I told you I did like a little bit of research on,
yeah,
of how like when we're needing to take a mental health break and
yeah,
one of the ways that we can do that is by, just taking a break from social media. Apparently that's because there's also like something in us is recognizing that we're getting too much of something for
yeah,
too long. And
yeah,
it's just amazing how a lot of the times we think it's something external in our life, something other than that is
yeah,
affecting us, but really it is our time spent on social media that is affecting our mental health. And
yeah,
that's just really crazy how like we can think a situation, is affecting our mental health and then, from there we delete our Instagram or,
yeah,
we take a break. But really, it's the other way around. It's the start of it is the Instagram or the platform of where you're getting into. Within this context, the research is talking about social media.
yeah,
Now, this is not saying that that is every time, but it is a reality for some, you know, um, that yes, a situation can be bad in your life, you know, um, pretty much like the social media, it can exacerbate a situation that is in your life. It can make
yeah,
it bigger, it can make you react more to it, obviously in not a good way. Um, and so it's just really interesting how like things really creep up on us. And it's like, well, I'm still not gonna stop. I'm just gonna take a break. I'm not gonna stop. FOMO. So what I'm working on, honestly, is just trying to like use Instagram because that's the only platform that I have. But I just
yeah,
guess, something that I think is just a really thing to like aim for is utilizing social media, in moderation or at least a healthy moderation.
yeah,
And that's so hard to do. I mean, I remember one time I had a password set on it of like I can only spend 2 hours on Instagram a week, and it's just like it was called screen time, and you can have someone set the password for you.
yeah,
And it's if you have an iPhone, it has screen time on it. I don't know about like Androids. I'm sure it does on Android. Or I'm sure there's an app that you can use
yeah. Should
on
be.
Android. Yeah, and you know, honestly, it was hard.
Yeah,
It was hard. It was really, really hard. And be honest, like it was really hard. I felt like I was doing it cold turkey,
yeah,
but at the same time, I was like, I don't know how to like wane myself off on it slowly to the point where I am in a healthy enough position where I am ready to have it,
yeah,
locked. So it was hard, but it's just like, how do you fucking do that? How do you do that? They don't want you to do that. So,
yeah.
so, mm,
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I know what you mean. Like I had when I had like uh when I decided to quit porn,
mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I went like cold turkey. Like this stops. This has to stop. So I
Anton, how do
tried.
you say cold turkey in your language?
Uh, I don't really think we have a term for cold turkey.
Well, how do you say the word cold and how do you say the word turkey?
Uh, kalkon.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Say it again. That's pretty cool. Say it again.
Kal kalkon.
Oh, Talakun.
uh, with a K. So Kal,
Kal,
no, Kall. So Kal, and
Kal,
then uh, Kalkun,
Talakun,
uh, with a K.
Kal, Kalakun.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. No, I'm sure there was some westernized English accent in there butchering something, but I'm glad I got,
yeah.
yeah. Wow. Anyway,
Now you know
sorry,
how.
continue. I
Yeah,
was dying to
that's fine.
ask you.
That's fine. But I went like cold turkey, and I installed like a lot of blockers on both my computer, on my phone, and I decided to like I need to spend time away, like
Yeah.
identify like I think I might have mentioned this last time, but like identify like what are like risk zones, like trigger zones, like what
Right.
triggers me, where am I at risk of
That's a good question.
doing a relapse in front of the computer? Okay, I need to spend less time at the computer.
Mm.
Um, and such. But I managed to like pretty much do cold turkey with a porn addiction. But I also noticed
Oh,
like
that's
I
good.
also have a unhealthy like relationship with like Instagram because I scroll through Instagram, and
Right.
Instagram is also like a platform that is full of like a lot of like sexualized material.
Oh,
So that
yeah.
is also like a trigger thing. So I had to reduce my like uh, I had to reduce and control how much I use my phone because I still need a phone. And
Right.
like you said, I would like to try and be able to keep in contact with friends and such, and
Yeah.
what people do. So I need to set boundaries for how
Hmm.
much I use my phone. I need to try and be more mentally aware when I use my phone and not just mindlessly pull it up and start scrolling.
Right. Yeah.
So that yeah, so like some boundaries, and also like something I talked with my therapist about, like
Oh, we
just
love therapy.
yeah,
Yes.
like he was talking to me like how does it feel like this feeling of feeling understimulated, like why when you like feel like you have
Hmm.
to watch porn or something else or play video games, like what is this feeling like, and I describe it like this tingling sensation along my spine, allow like
Mm.
out over my skin, like feeling like uncomfortable, being unable to sit. My mind starts wandering, hard to focus on things. It's like okay, but instead of trying to stimulate this by seeking an escape into porn or something else, try to exist and accept being in this feeling just a little bit, like try to for like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes,
Yeah.
if that's possible. Try to do that longer.
Yeah.
Like allow yourself to feel this feeling that like it's an okay feeling. It's okay to be bored. It's okay to have nothing to do. That's fine.
Mm.
Like try and just exist with yourself. You can go back and do that other thing later. It's not going anywhere.
Wow. That's interesting. That is a beautiful, profound, wise statement. It is okay to be bored.
Yeah.
Wow, because usually I've never heard that actually. So like usually it's like kind of like being bored like super bad thing. At at least for me, a lot of the times when I'm bored and I like go and do something, I've realized just now since she said that sometimes when I'm bored, it's just I'm bored. But then sometimes when I'm bored and then I want to go do something, it's because I'm kind of like running away from something in my mind. I feel like when I'm bored, something might creep up on me.
Mm,
And for example, I suffer from major depressive disorder.
mm,
And, like it's kind of like I'm running away because I don't want depression to creep up on me.
mm,
And it's just like so I run to a dopamine fix, you
mm,
know? Um eh, However, so it's like I'm reinforcing that statement that, being bored is just overall bad. I don't even count the times that when I'm just bored and I'm just bored and I'm not running away from something. I still and reinforcing that, okay, boredom equals bad. You know, and there are definitely times, when the depression's creeping up, yes, sometimes I need to, go and do something, but there's also those times where maybe I need to just sit and
Yeah,
face it, because I pride myself on facing everything. I face everything. It's just like I'm learning now. I'm being humbled that that is an area where I still run away from depression in. However, there are times where I'm just bored and there's no depression that's creeping up. I think in those moments, I need to remember that not like being bored is not always bad. It's okay to be bored.
yeah, it's okay to be bored. Like sometimes,
Hmm.
sometimes creative things, like really creative things, are born out of boredom.
Oh, wait, can you say that again so we can have a quick pause?
Yeah, I said sometimes like real creative things are born out of boredom.
Ooh. Wow. A lot of the times, the most creative things are born out of boredom. Wow. I wonder if we can find a lot of our purpose in boredom if we just sit with that boredom. I don't know. We could really maybe could sitting in boredom also be a way for just spending time with ourselves? Because it's just like, or like learning ourselves. Because it's just like you said, like we can do a lot of creative things in boredom. Like something can just, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
well,
I
like,
know that doesn't make
yeah.
sense what I just said, but it made sense to me in my head. But when I like verbalized it, it didn't make sense. I get
I,
that sometimes.
no, I think I kind of get what you mean. Like you said, like we can find ourselves in boredom. Like if we can learn to exist without anything like distracting us, like just for even like 15 minutes or something. Like if I can just be myself, I can like perhaps get to know myself a little bit better. Like you said, like do I have something that I feel creeps up on me
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And personally, like when I'm bored, that's when I might like start to get inspired to try and do something. Like I told you, like before this, I was playing some Dungeons and Dragons. When I'm bored, I get inspired to add things to the campaign, like to play things. I get inspired to paint miniatures, to do something
Yeah.
like maybe I
Boredom
should go
can bring
running.
inspiration.
Yeah,
Boredom can bring creation. That is amazing. What you made me think of? It kind of ties back to what you said a little bit earlier. Um, an episode that I'm going to be doing is called "Investigating Your Triggers." Investigate your triggers. Why are you triggered? You know, um, and I'm gonna think something I'm gonna go talk to my counselor about is investigating my trigger of not wanting to be bored.
yeah,
I know that, because also, like, there's times, not all the time, but there are times where that's because depression will creep up. You know, the times that it doesn't, I want to investigate why do I not want to be bored? Is
yeah,
there something in my past that consistently happened when I was bored that trained me and taught me, hey, it's not okay to be bored. It's not safe to be bored. I think it's something deeper than depression, or it could just be, just a societal stigma on boredom. You know what I mean? Who
yeah,
wants to be bored? However, knowing the trauma that I have been through, I mean, so much fucking trauma. It's insane. Um, I would not be shocked if there is something that consistently happened when I was bored. It didn't have to be related to me. It could have just been I was sitting in my room bored and my dad decided he wanted to come beat me for no reason. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It could be something like associated with that. Like, so, but it also couldn't be. So I think it's worth finding out, thanks to you, Anton. I think it's worth investigating. I think it's worth finding out, why do I think, like outside of society, why do I think boredom is bad? You know,
yeah,
like hearing you say it is okay to be bored.
Yeah.
It's okay to have those moments. And like you said, to just sit in that boredom 10, 15 minutes, like you said, not even
Yeah.
something like big, just sit with it just for a
Yeah.
little bit. 10,
Yeah. Just
15 minutes. Yeah.
yeah, just sit in the couch or lay in your bed and just stare at the roof for
Yeah.
10, 15 minutes
Yeah.
and just see where that takes you.
Yeah. Wow. Well, once again, Anton, you come with the wisdom. Um,
Thank you.
wow. I'm just really thinking about that. So I'm gonna go talk to my therapist about that. Love that. Um, well, I finished all of my sparkling water, but
Yeah.
I still drink it because I can put my pinky up and I feel bougie. I feel like a rich bitch. And then I love like clinking my nails on the bottle. I just feel,
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just feel rich.
Yeah. I really like that phrase. I feel like a rich bitch. I
Yeah,
like
feeling like
it.
rich bitch.
Yeah, I like it.
I feel like rich bitch.
It's a
Yes.
nice phrase.
Yes, I love that. And it's just like this only costed let's see, $3. I know that is a lot. That is a lot for sparkling water. But it's like it's not $300 and it's just like, sometimes you can feel rich by being cheap. Just
Yeah.
like you don't need to buy expensive things to feel rich. You can just go on a road trip, just feel like a
Yeah,
rich
sometimes
bitch.
just do something that makes you feel fancy. It doesn't have to be actually fancy.
Exactly. Exactly. That's right. Well, we love that. And I'm being healthy while doing it. That is a plus.
Big
Um,
plus, big
it
plus.
is a big plus.
Yeah.
But Anton, that is amazing. So,
Yeah.
okay. Actually, I'll just ask you this after we wrap up this episode. Oh, but the thing that I wanted to tell you,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, hmm?
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, that thing I wanted to tell you. Remember I told you I was just going to tell you on the episode because you
Yeah.
inspired me to do it? Okay, so um because of you, literally because of you, I started going to it's this thing called Celebrate Recovery.
Celebrate. Celebrate or celebrate?
Celebrate Recovery.
Celebrate. Yeah.
And basically it's multiple recovery groups and it's
Yeah.
where people can come for anything.
Yeah.
There's a sexual integrity group, which is, that can be anything involving sexual, just anything. Obviously, I go there
Yeah.
for porn or in
Yeah.
webcam. There is also a mixed group where you can talk about anything. Like, literally, like, if you were, like, there's a lot that is talked about. I'll just say that. And I mean, nothing has been off limits. People go there for everything. I mean, I want to say some things because I want to encourage people to go, but I will just stop it at this. Like, it is a very judgmental free, deep
Yeah.
place. People do not hold back.
Yeah.
I mean, things that society would like look at people crazy for, they will not do that in Celebrate Recovery. And that is just a thing in Celebrate Recovery is you come literally as you are.
Yeah.
Don't you hold back. I don't care if you slept with an animal before. Don't you dare hold back. You come as you are because honesty equals healing, honesty equals help. So yeah, so I started going for my porn and webcam addiction, and I was able to get my surrender chip, and I was able to go 21 days without porn or webcam because of
Awesome.
Celebrate Recovery. And have you ever heard people when someone is taking medicine and they start to feel better, so they stop taking it, even though they need to take it just a little bit longer?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, like a lot of people like on antibiotics, like
Yeah.
sinus infection, for example. I remember I had to be put on a 3-day antibiotic for my sinus infection, and I was on it for literally like a day, and I instantly felt results. I
Yeah.
mean, obviously I kept taking it because the doctor told me to, but I felt why people stopped taking it because they just felt you feel like you're healed.
Yeah.
You feel like you're cured from it. And it's just like, if you stop taking it, it's you got to take it just a little bit longer to, fully get cured. There's a reason why it's assigned for 3 days.
Yeah.
So, that was pretty much me in Celebrate Recovery. I treated myself with
Yeah.
webcam and pornography. I was like, I'm proud of myself for 21 days. I'm just going to treat myself. And then and then treating myself once turned into 6 times. And then I stopped going to Celebrate Recovery.
Yeah.
So I just recently finished 10 days.
Yeah.
Um,
Congratulations.
and then I treated myself last night,
Mm.
and 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And, knowing that I'm about to come on this episode and record with you, it held me accountable to delete my gallery.
Yeah.
So I deleted it because I don't know, like when I told you last episode, that you inspire me so much. From what you told me, I truly mean it. It is because of you that I finally took the step to go to Celebrate Recovery. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, I want to give God credit too. However, I also want to give you credit, also, Anton, because like you were kind of like I feel like he put you in my life, and it was because of that I was able to have some progress of recovery. I was able to finally believe in myself and have hope again,
Yeah.
though 21 days ended and though 10 days ended. You know,
Yeah.
that is something that I never saw. I have not seen that in 3 years. The most that I've gone without was 2 days, and that was rare.
Mm.
And so it's like, there's hope. So
Absolutely.
I'm gonna start going back to Celebrate Recovery
Yeah.
tomorrow. It's every
Yeah.
Thursday. Um, I think I'm gonna start going to the Wednesday group because that's the 12-step program.
Yeah.
Um, but yes. So
Yeah.
I
I.
have hope, and
Yeah.
I make sure that like I gotta let myself. I gotta remind myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, don't stop taking the medication.
Yeah.
Go. Keep going. I'm already
Yeah.
doing great. I'm at a place where I used to pray to be. I'm at a place where by this I mean the 21 days and the 10 days. Like I was like in those moments, like I'm at a place where I used to pray to be. I'm at a place that I was hopeless that I would
Yeah.
never be at. And then it's just like I went on ahead and, I treated myself and messed it up. So I missed the mark. However, even, and I know relapse is a part of recovery, you know, um, however, it did give me a lot of hope. It
Yeah.
gave me hope that I was able to even go 10 days, let
Yeah.
alone 21 days. I was just planning to do 7 days, at
Yeah.
first. And then 21 days happened. And
Yeah.
so we're starting off new today because I
Yeah.
missed the mark last night on purpose. I was like, okay, this is my last, this is my last time, So we'll see. My next goal is 30 days.
Yeah.
Where I do believe I'm gonna get there because I've seen 21 days, because I've seen 10 days. You
I
know,
know.
yeah.
I, I believe you can do 30 days. I believe you can do more. I believe you have the strength to go so much further than just 30 days.
Mm,
I believe, like, I am humbled that you thank me, but I also think that you should thank yourself also because you yourself are also doing a lot of work.
mm.
And I like, don't forget to thank yourself.
Thank you, Josias. Okay, thank you, Josias.
But I also want you to know that even though I said, I managed to quit porn cold turkey, don't think that I don't. I want you to know that I also struggled. So
Right,
it's not just like, oh, I just flipped the switch,
right,
because it ain't that easy. I
right,
still feel the pull. I need to
right.
be on the. I need to be mindful of myself.
Hmm.
I need to try and be aware of, like, when I'm starting to like when my mind starts to wander, when I'm like,
Mm.
uh, like in my Instagram, like, oh, I wonder if I will find something I shouldn't find in my like discovery flow or something. That way I
Mm.
can ban it, like get rid of it. But I know myself, that's just a shitty excuse to start looking for something that I shouldn't
Mm.
look for.
Right, right,
Like it is a struggle. It will always be a struggle.
right.
But like the important thing is, like I said, and like going and talking to people, like celebrates, like you said, celebrate recovery.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Finding people to talk to, like being able to open up to. I have been able to open up to some of my friends, and also like my girlfriend has been huge support for me,
Yes.
even though like she got really hurt when it all came out,
Right.
and I understand that, and I still see myself as a piece of shit for treating
Mm.
her like that. And but she's still like huge support for me, and
Yeah.
that means a lot.
That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. And also thanks for being honest because those feeling like shit moments, I mean, we're definitely going to feel that. I yeah. I feel like that comes with the territory of any addiction is, you know, you're going to
Yeah,
feel like shit eventually at some point somehow, some way. It's
sooner, yeah, sooner or later you're gonna feel like a piece of shit.
yeah. Yeah, that's what it definitely comes with the territory of it. And
Yeah,
and I love like just this whole conversation, how like you also had mentioned like, chasing dopamine, isn't like overall a bad thing. It's when it gets too much.
yeah. The problem is when it gets out of hand, when it becomes
Yes.
excessive. Like
Yes.
there's nothing wrong if you like I would like to treat myself. I want to watch my Instagram flow for a couple of minutes. It's
Right.
fine. Like it's fine. Just don't let like a couple of hours slip away. Like
Right.
same time, like video games for me. Video games sometimes that's okay. I
Yeah.
allow myself to do it now too, but try to set boundaries. Just a couple of hours with an alarm, or like have my girlfriend like tell me like it's been these X amount of hours. Like, would you perhaps like to come away from the computer?
Yeah.
Like, find some boundaries. If you have problems setting boundaries, try and like find tools to help you, alarms, friends, and such.
Yes. Oh, alarms. Okay, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. We'll do that. We'll
Yeah,
do that. That's good.
yeah, I think that like and being able to like delay gratification, like if you know,
Yes.
like kind of like what you said, like treating yourself,
Hmm.
whilst I don't think it's a good thing to treat yourself if you have, with your addiction if you have one.
Right.
But and
Right.
I'm not trying to throw shade at you.
No, you're not at all. No, trust me, you're
Uh,
not at all. And also, this is
Thank you.
holding me accountable, because, like, dude, the truth needs to be said.
Yeah,
Go ahead. You're
yeah,
not throwing shade, trust me. Because, no, I completely agree. Treating yourself with the addiction that you're trying to go against. That's not healthy. It's a
no,
trap, like
yeah,
cuz I could have treated myself any other way. There's this Japanese place that I like right down the road. I could have treated myself by going and buying me a plate,
yeah,
you know, but I decided to treat myself with webcam. And that's honestly
mm,
okay, like webcam is like my biggest struggle. Like
yeah,
porn, I watch porn when I need an alternative to webcam because I'm trying to
mm,
escape webcam. And I'm like, okay, like, but it's just like really like I'm just going back and forth trying to escape the next. Like, okay, well, as long as I'm not doing that. But I'm just like, wait, but you're still going back into it's a cycle. It just looks different.
yeah,
Same
yeah,
cycle. Yeah,
yeah,
so no, but you're completely right. Like, and that's the thing. Even in the moment, I
Yeah.
knew that it wasn't okay to treat myself with the addiction that I'm running away at, and I still did it. I still did it, so because of that, I'm like, yeah, I'm going right back to Celebrate Recovery because it's like I think it's dangerous when like because sometimes it's like it's not even a there are times where it's not even a struggle. I just do it willingly.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's because I'm bored, but
Yeah.
but it's like there's no struggle there in the boredom when it comes to this issue. Sometimes, and then
Yeah.
there's also times where I'm just like, I just want to do it because I can.
Yeah.
I think that's where it gets dangerous when it's like I know that I'm doing it and there's
Yeah.
no struggle. you know. So that's why I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I think I recognize that. Like before I started working on my porn addiction, and even like before I met my girlfriend, like I was aware I was watching a lot of porn, but I
Right,
didn't want to admit that it was a problem. But I was like, I think I'm watching like a lot of porn. I think I'm watching. It's getting a bit in the way of things
right,
that I would like to
right,
do, but I still did it. I was like, what else am I gonna do? Was kind of like how I resonated.
right. Yes. Oh
And
my gosh.
it's
Yes.
yeah, and it's a real
Exactly.
shitty way to resonate. It's like this thing gets in the way of things I want to do, but I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah. The way you said shitty was funny. Like you said shitty. Like you felt that thing. Yes.
Yeah,
Said shitty. Like capital SH.
yeah,
No, but it's true though. Yeah, no, I completely feel that. And it's just like, in the long term, it's just like it's gonna affect you negatively, some way, shape, or
yeah,
form. Whether it's just it affects your brain and you're not even realizing it, or it's affecting how you look at people, or it's all of the above, or it's just affecting how you start to feel about yourself, or
yeah,
it affects like how others in your life. It's just like it all leads to a road of negative impact,
yeah,
some way, shape, or form.
yeah,
And
totally.
yeah, and I thought about that yesterday. I was like, if I keep my gallery, oh, I'm gonna delete it, eventually. Then it's just like honestly, like if I keep my webcam gallery, because like I would like record some of my sessions, and I was like, if I keep my webcam gallery, like one, I'm probably just gonna go back to it in the future. That's why it's there. And then two, it's like, but what is this gonna lead? Where is this gonna lead? What good is this gonna do for me? But a quick fix that I'm know that it's just gonna reinforce addiction. And it's just like, though that one moment might not like though it might not like affect me negatively in that one moment, in the long term it adds to
Yeah,
the effectiveness
yeah,
of the negativity. Yeah, it's just long term it's going to reinforce. So that's also how like certain things can creep up on us. It starts
yeah.
off small, then it slowly grows, so it's just like
Oh
we
yeah,
don't really realize it
yeah,
till bam, we're trapped in its
yeah,
claws.
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah,
I
so
know exactly. I know
yeah,
exactly that
it's kind of
feeling.
like grooming us. It's grooming us, it's
Yeah,
making us think
yeah.
it's its
Because like
friend. And yeah.
yeah, for me it was really just like for me it made me feel like I don't think like my friends really enjoy my company that much. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna I was a little bit uncomfortable with myself, so I would be a bit
Right.
more quiet. So I wouldn't take that much space in conversation. And when you don't really take that much space yourself, people are gonna talk a little bit over you. You're not gonna be like addressed as much, and that's not their fault.
Right,
I don't
right.
blame them for that. But the fact that I was watching so much porn also like, but they don't really they don't really enjoy my company that
Mm-hmm.
much. I could stay home today. I could just sit in front of the computer instead. They're not gonna be sad that I'm not there. They
Mm-hmm.
rarely notice me. When in fact looking back, I realized like how inclusive and how like how often my friends were trying to like get me to engage. They were often trying to invite me over, get me to do things.
Mm.
And I was dick and I was like, no, I don't want to do anything today, or I have plans, when I was just wasting away in front of the computer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that feeling when it's like when you're like wasting away. Yeah, I
Yeah,
hate
when
that
you've
feeling.
wasted a whole day, or like,
Yeah.
or for me, like sometimes it could be like an entire weekend.
Right.
Like you were like, I have wasted all this time. I
Right.
will never get it back. I could have spent it with friends, family,
Right.
doing anything else, and I
Yeah, or
chose
being a
this.
rich bitch.
Yeah, I could have been a rich bitch, but I decided to sit here and being a sad asshole, thing like feeling sorry for myself.
Yeah. Dude, Anton, thank you so much for being my inspiration. Thank you for coming back on this show. You know, you will be back for sure. There's another um go back and look at the topics. Well, okay, cuz there's I want you back this season.
Hmm.
And I mean, I'll talk to you a little bit more about it, you know, sometime next week.
Yeah,
But I want you back on this season for yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what it's
yeah,
yeah. So, but regardless, we will see you again. And I look forward to seeing you again, Anton. We thank you
yeah.
so much. Um,
Thank you for having me.
if folks, if you are listening and if no one has told you today that they love you and that you are lovable, please allow me to be the first and allow yourself to be the second. You are lovable, you are valuable, you are worth it. It's okay that we don't feel deserving. Deserving is earned, worth is given. You are worth it. You are worth love on your bad days just as much on your good days. You are worth being loved. You are lovable. Don't let an addiction tell you otherwise, even though it's going to tell you otherwise. And this is easier said than done. It's just like you are just as lovable as you are on your good days, as you are on your great days, as you are on your bad days. Lovable. Never going to change. Um, and also, folks, go ahead and tell someone that they are worth it or that you love them randomly. And also, like, it's just gonna be fun. And say it with no context. It's gonna be funny. It's just gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny to see their reaction, but also just, you know, let someone know that they are worth it and that you love them. Just one person. Doesn't have to be a trillion. So I'm gonna do that right now. Let me put myself to the. Let me practice what I preach and let me text someone right now that they are worth it and that I love them. Are worth it. Boom. I did it. Y'all do it too. Um, thanks y'all for tuning in to Chasing Dopamine. Yay. See y'all next episode.